Hello, beautiful hearts. How are you doing? How are you feeling? My name is Jennifer Glendenning, and I am going to be bringing forth another energy update, but this one's a little bit different. I feel like when I tuned into the energy, first off, there's a lot happening. I feel like there's a lot in the air, and my guides wanted me to focus on certain things that could help, certain mechanics, energy mechanics that could help you navigate through these waters, through these, I'm hearing murky waters. So the more clarity that you have, the more that you are able to confidently move through and create the reality that you so desire. If anything that I say in here does not resonate with you, simply just let it go. But if it does, please share, please like, and let's get started. Okay, so the first thing that came through was a rose ray frequency. And this frequency it felt very loving, very nurturing. And I also heard the Beatles song with it, All You Need Is Love. All you need is love, all together now. All you need is love. All you need is love, love. Love is all you need. Anyways, I'm not going to sing the whole song, but you can play that song and listen to the lyrics because I feel like there are a lot of hidden messages in there. And if you don't know already, my guides bring through a lot of melodies, a lot of songs as teaching tools. So the Beatles song came through with that rose ray. And with this rose ray, I was also feeling a very strong connection to Mother Mary and also Jesus Sananda. So this is all about let your love for yourself shine through. Let it like emanate, let it be that light that moves out into the world. And let that light, let that compassionate light, let that passion, that inspirational light kind of hold and accompany other people. So this was the first frequency thing that I was seeing and feeling right now. My apologies if you can hear my dog in the background. What else did I wanted to say? Oh, this is about perfect action. So having that confidence within yourself to take action at the exact perfect time. So this means letting go of any self-sabotaging thoughts, limiting beliefs, questioning yourself. Is this the right time? Should I do this? Should I not do this? This is all about really honoring that within you and knowing that, your heart will lead the way. This also connects to the sacral area. And I talked about this in the last video about this part of the area of rebirthing or creation. And we're going to go into this area a little bit deeper later on in the video. But that came up. Trusting yourself, compassion, self-compassion, self-identification, how you identify yourself in the world, how you feel about who you are in the world, your relationships with your friends, your family, your co-workers. These things were kind of being highlighted, okay? So this is all encompassing in that beautiful rose ray frequency. Another energy that came in was almost like, do I have it here? No. If you want to look at just this crystal here as like a conduit, an energy channel. And as our body continues to move through these shifts and frequencies, parts of ourselves that have been fragmented, that have been, and when I say fragmented or fragmentation, it means split. So anything that pulls you away from being whole, that wholeness of who you are. All this, past lifetimes, other realities, astral plane, all this kind of stuff. This is being highlighted too. This is something that's coming forth, and this energy is beaming in and helping us through Sirius. I talked about this a little bit on my Instagram about sound frequency, sound toning, and vibrational frequencies. The vibrational frequency, and this has a lot to do with the mental body and also our cells, our cellular DNA. So one of the things the guides wanted to bring, I shouldn't say one of many things they wanted to bring forth, that when you are in your highest expression, your voice, your tone is a natural healer. So what you can do is actually place your hands on your heart and just start to hum, just start to and create a melody, because your body will create that frequency to help move out density. That's why I think my guides bring through a lot of songs and melodies, because it gets the body moving. But know that your voice tone, your actual harmonic, is self-healing for you. So get yourself into a meditative state and you can start humming. Another thing that I've taught in a yoga class is it's called like a bee. It sounds like a bee hum or tone. So and you put your tongue on the roof of your mouth, and you can feel this vibration in your head, clearing out, stimulating your pineal. So it's just humming. Put the tongue to the roof of the mouth. There's a portal point there. And to really deepen it, you can close your ears with your thumbs and look up towards your third eye or between your brow. So I hope that helps you if you kind of feel like you have a lot going on in the brain box, let's just say, because there is going to be a lot happening. There's going to be a lot, let's say, on the main stage. So sound frequencies through your tones will be key, and kind of taking a step back. When I look deeper into this, it was almost like I was seeing like a hawk or an eagle, you know, how they fly above and they kind of just scope things out. They just kind of navigate, move around so they can see through a larger visual perspective. And that's what we're being asked to do, is if you feel mentally stimulated, to just perhaps stop, do that sound frequency tone, whether plugging your ears or not, placing your hand on your heart, calling in that rose ray frequency, and listen to your natural sound, your natural healing sound tone of yourself. I'm also hearing and seeing with this, maybe even getting a piece of paper with this, some paint, some crayons. You don't have to be an artist. We're all artisans in some form, so don't worry about having to create something, but maybe it's just picking up a pencil, crayon, or paint of a certain color and moving it in these swirling spiral motions, which is also about this energy coming in spirals. So we have to get out of the idea of what things should look like and allow ourselves to move into a deeper creative expression. Okay, this is about releasing the identification of what things should look like, and allowing ourselves, as the Pleiadian said in a couple of videos ago, just have fun with it, just have fun with it. Okay. Having a little drink of my green juice. Thank you, by the way, if you're still watching. Okay. Let me get my glasses. Hold on. Okay. So I wrote down karmic cycles. This is something that we are, I want to say nearing the end, but I still feel like there are some, let's just say, clogs in the pipe or static around this. So the guys are bringing like a main focus to mental transformation by pinpointing habits, patterns, and mental attachments. I always say, first we have to become aware of it. Once you're aware of it, then you can shift this. And one of the things that they want to bring through is detaching from this. First, being witness, and then allow yourself to detach rather than creating an emotional story around it. So what came up is being truthful about what you're feeling. So again, we're not avoiding it. We're allowing ourselves to feel it, to look at it, to understand, why does this keep coming up? What areas in my body do I feel this reaction? What trigger points? Why? Right? Identifying it, be truthful, and open yourself up to a new way of understanding and seeing that. Okay? Instead of creating another story around it. So be really honest with yourself, because what's happening right now is a mirror image of everything that has been jammed, packed down, and everything that has been co-created in the shadow aspects in the lower density matrix. So it's because of all this light's coming down, it's like everything is like coming up to the surface. So this is why they really want us, in order to completely clear these cycles. Yeah, we can say that we're clearing these cycles. But if you're not aware, if you're not taking witness to it, if you're not taking self-responsibility to it, if you're not, releasing it, then the pattern will continue. It's not like it just disappears, right? You have to do the work. You have to be, you have to allow yourself to move through this. So, and take yourself into these higher states of awareness, which contains no judgment. It contains no judgment. No judgment at all, no labeling. And how do you know if you've done this? There's zero charge. That's why they call it the 0 point, because there's nothing there. It's just complete stillness. It's like a drop in the water and just ripples out. Nothing. Limitless. Zero. That's how you know. That's how you know that you have cleared, cleansed, and released that cycle. There is no charge. Okay? So a lot of this is coming up right now all over the planet, because we are working on that deep polarity, those wounds, those shadow aspects. And what I want to bring to awareness too is, I wrote down, when one feels separated from the whole, from yourself, from others, when one feels in fear, when one feels confusion, uncertainty, isolated, these are this is an indication that your frequency has shifted. Okay. And I wrote down, once we can awaken from this game, from the deep polarity, it can no longer exist, for it feeds on our fear and separation. So once we can bring awareness to this within us, there's no charge to it. And if there's no charge, there's no reaction. There's no attachment. It can't attach. Right? It's like you're arguing with someone's trying to argue with you, and you just don't argue, and it doesn't affect you. You step back. Well, what happens to that other person? This is just an analogy. I'm not saying to get in an argument with somebody, right? Nothing happens. This is what they're saying. So I want to break it down a little bit more, because they were talking about information coming in, streams of information coming in. And remember that we're whatever density bands, these are energetic frequency bands, whichever one that you are, and you can look at it or think of it as scales, like octaves, whether playing the piano or playing, you know, the guitar or singing different notes. I'm sure you can all relate to something, or if not, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. You know what I mean? Like different frequency bands. Okay. So if you're looking at some of this information coming in right now, some of it is from a lower octave or a lower density band, which starts in the astral plane, and we're looking at a 2D, 3D density band, okay? And then obviously it goes up. 4D, we're just going to be talking about the 2, 3, 4D, and then after the 5 and up. But these lower frequency templates or densities are almost like webbing, okay? And what happens is this energy or density bands create sensations, imagery, feelings, emotions. They can trigger emotions. And when you catch to these emotions or imageries, then you begin to co-create in these density bands. Okay, so these densities, the astral, the 2D, the 3D density bands, have their own kind of TV show, if you want to look at it that way. So it's like a channel that you're tuning into. And there's all these different narratives and storylines of that's going on there. And the more you watch this TV show or program, the more you kind of get almost entranced in it, and you want to follow along, right? You get caught up in it. And that's one of the key notes of knowing that you're in this enchanted, I'm going to call it enchantment, because it's almost like a spell of this lower density. And what it does is this energy, it plays one against the other. You know, the victim, prosecutor, he said, she said. It battles on relationships with self, relationships with other people. And this energy can make you feel powerless, and this energy can make you feel like you have no other choice but to, you know, just go with it. And another thing that, you know, you can call it is just like the hive mind, you know, just all moving at once, like all going together. And so this lower density plane, or 2D to 3D, this creates almost like a mischarge, and I'm hearing miscoordinates. It's like you need everything to be moving energetically in the body, and if one thing's out, then you don't really feel that well, right? It's like having an ache in your hip, and you're moving throughout your day, but all you can feel is this ache in your hip, and you're thinking, oh my gosh, this ache in my hip. This ache in my hip. And you try to think about something else, all you can think about is this ache. It's kind of the same thing. So one of the things that you can do is, I wrote this down. Yes, I wrote a little diagram for us. Is to really declare what it is that you want. Okay. So I wrote down energy traps have a certain type of energy. These energies are almost like we talked about, addictive feeling, hypnotic. These are like tricksters, you know. I'm sure you've been tricked in your life, and it made you feel powerless. So this is the energy that we're talking about. So I want to show you this little diagram here. Oh my goodness, like this is just a little stick figure here, but I'm trying to just bring some light to this. So in the lower chakras, we're talking about sacral chakra, right? That's connected to this rose frequency. But this also on the deep polarity of it is connected to the pain body. It's connected to soul fragmentation. This is where you can kind of split from your body if you've had any trauma, or in other lifetimes, if you're playing out and you have been tortured or anything like that. There's been a lot of galactic wars and things that have happened. So other things that have happened in other timelines. This is soul fragmentation. But when we're talking here in this plane, pain bodies, addictions, relationship, codependencies, things like that, they're stored in this area. And this is connected to the lower astral plane, or I should say the lower astral plane kind of connects and works in terms of like a puppetry in these areas and these frequency bands. And this can make you feel blocked from your purpose. This can also disconnect you from nature, from the plants, from the trees, that deep connection to self and all that there is in your body. This can make you disconnect from your body, you know, where you feel like you always have to self-improve your body, and you don't love yourself for who you are and the body that you came into the world in. So this can make you feel, you know, that fragmented self. So this is in the solar plex. We also are sacral, and in the solar plex, we have a lot of things that contain in the mental body that then also join into the heart and in the mind. And when we're talking about this in the lower astral plane, remember, we're talking about 2D, 3D here, that creeps up into 4D, is artificial implants or artificial dream programs blending into the matrix. So let me explain. So if you are having, let's just say you're working through some things, right? You're healing some wounds in terms of your relationship or the relationship to yourself. But you know, you're feeling these deep emotions So then that has a frequency tone to it, right? It has an expression around it. You are connecting to it, you are attaching to it. So therefore, it's going to have a vibrational response outward. Because you're having this vibrational response outwardly, in that response to the trauma or circumstance, that frequency connects to the astral plane in the 2 and 3D. While you sleep, then it creates a artificial dream space where then you attach to these emotions and sensations in your body and then begin to co-create it. So if you've ever said to yourself, why do I keep creating these things? Why does this keep happening to me? I can't believe this. I can't believe that. Again, this is that energy that I was talking to that happens in the 2 and 3D of victim prosecutor, back and forth, or just poverty consciousness, feeling like, why can't I get out of this? Why am I always in a state of lack? These feelings and emotions then trigger that, connecting to the lower templates or astral field matrix lines. That energy then moves in, creating this artificial dream program that becomes a reality, because then you attach to it. Remember, your thoughts, your emotions, your feelings, whatever you're attaching to, then becomes your reality. So they wanted to really bring this on because there may be some interference. Okay, there's going to be a lot of smoke and mirrors. And I hope this makes sense to you. Please, if it doesn't, post in the comments below. I'm trying my best to bring it through as clear as I can. And if I'm not bringing it through clearly enough, please let me know and I will try to explain it a little bit more in depth. So there are many ways that you can release yourself from this energetic matrix of the lower frequency templates. And one is reclaiming your power. Okay, it's as simple as that. Sometimes we think that it needs to be so complex, right? So we have to bring awareness to it. We have to know what's going on in our reality, our thinking, how we're feeling, our intentions, our reactions, who we choose to, co-create with. And we need to really begin to feel around our situation, like around our environment. And this is like a boundary test, this is an energetic boundary test. An example of this, many of you are probably aware of, you walk into a room and all of a sudden you can feel what part of the room, or perhaps you can feel and sense people that you either gravitate to or you want to pull away from. Okay, so this is your aura, this is your energy body kind of reacting to the energy in the room. And it's the same thing when we're talking about the 2D and the 3D and this energetic matrix thing happening here. So reclaiming your power, right? Who are you? What are you choosing? Right? What are you choosing? Who are you choosing to become in every moment? Letting go of the attachment to it, letting go of this is happening to me, right? It's just an experience that's being created, right? It's not happening to you. It's an experience. Just think of it as a holographic dream, right? Because the more you connect to it, the more energy that you're going to give to it. And the more people that tap into this and give that energy, the more force it has. This is why we're being asked to connect to our hearts, navigate through that temple space rather than what's happening on the main stage. And, you know, you can place your hand on your heart and connect with your holy guardian angel, and you can also connect to your higher self and team. That's a way for you to help maneuver into this. And I'm going to be doing another video on vow releasing, clearing, timelines, and releasing contracts. And I'm going to be doing a video just on that. But the guides wanted me to bring this through in terms of astral plane, soul matrix, 2D to 4D energies. So I'm just going to read what I wrote down to make sure that I covered it. So 2D, 4D energies in the astral plane, the first chakras and the second chakra is responding to the pain body. This has to do with addictions. This has to do with, you know, any sort of sexual abuse, anything like that. I feel like we covered that a little bit. Mother-father relationships, energy blocks, soul fragments, and disconnection to self. All right. So, no, that seemed really heavy, but I felt like, or the guides wanted to bring that through, because if something doesn't feel right to you, it's as simple as that. It probably isn't. And you need to explore that without attaching to it, right? So if something comes up within your environment, which will be a mirror image of what you are feeling and holding within, ask yourself, is this real? How does this feel to me? Ask yourself that. Ask yourself that, because again, there's going to be a lot of distractions, and we are here to navigate through that and hold a higher light. Yeah, okay. So the card that came through is movements, choices, and decisions. Yes, which way? There are many doorways to walk through right now. Right? There are many choices. There are many decisions. Which doorway are you walking through? And this also has to do with moving forward, right? As we are more self-aware, more self-observant, more centered, focused, grounded, we are able to, with a clear intention, choose which direction, which choice, which decisions we're making, rather than it being made for us. Yeah. We get to choose rather than it being made for us. So there's two ways of looking at that card. Right. All right. There we go. So the card that fell out of the deck, I can see it. You've got the power. Use your abilities to solve situations. You can do it. And this is, you know, why they wanted me to talk about the other matrix happening, or the other densities, is that you can navigate through. Oh my goodness, guys, no way. She's walking on a spider web. I don't know if you can see that. I use that analogy of getting caught in a web, a sticky web. but you can also walk around the outside of it. And I'm hearing too, in Native American teachings or something, this spider is also a symbolization of weaving a web, or creating or co-creating. So again, this is all about, you have the power to co-create, to create your reality. What frequency band are you choosing to connect with, to create with? And knowing that you have the power to rise and create a higher existence for all. Let's see. Let's see what we're going through. Trapped in fear. Trapped in fear wants to come through. There are a lot of people that are choosing to, it's part of their, I want to say it's almost like part of their contract, where some people are not going to be able to see, hear, understand this different frequency band. And as I mentioned before, there is like different frequencies in one as we move through this. So, you know, it's almost like we're the egg in the 3D frequency. So there's going to be a lot of people, as more information comes out, that will be almost paralyzed and trapped in fear, uncertain what's happening. And that's what I was saying. Like, if you even look at it looks like bars there, but again, it's this web. It's this energetic web creating these false narratives and this trickster feeling for you to make you to make you feel like you're trapped in fear, to make you feel like you're powerless, to make you feel like there's no way out, right? But there is. But there is, through reclaiming your power, through reclaiming who you are and who you're choosing to be. So this is also a time too. Yes, there will be a lot of new beginnings, but with new beginnings, there's also endings. So I feel like a lot of people will be leaving the planet. A lot of people will be leaving the planet. And I'm hearing that contract is up. You know, the contract is up. So we will continue to see, you know, that other narrative playing out for sure. And this is a choice for you, right? This is a choice. Okay. Yeah. Intuition. Use your intuition. See beyond the veil of illusion by feeling and creating an energetic boundary, as in your energetic body, and feeling what feels right. Remember that this energy can be almost like a trickster energy, or almost like, you know, that saying, it seems too good to be true. I mean, I've had someone say that to me before, Jen, you know, seems too good to be true. So don't be naive with it, right? Feel into it, what feels right. And the more that you are in alignment with your heart, the more that you are going to create those types of experiences. This is about bringing everything into balance. So use your intuition, let your intuition guide you, let your heart be your compass. I keep saying that. It is very important. 2 more cards here want to come out. I'm hearing soul growth. Your desires are within reach. Your desires are within reach. Keep working towards it. Keep working towards it. How many times have I pulled this card? Love begins. Yeah. If you can move through that, you will experience that twin flame, higher connection with yourself and others. Yeah. A new love for the way you see yourself in the world, more fulfilling, enriched relationships, not only with yourself, but with others. Yeah, it's just filled with abundance, filled with abundance. There we go. We have, this is really interesting because the cards keep showing the polarity of it. You know, and there's the 8. Infinity keeps looping. Is it going to keep looping? Or are we going to move through these karmic patterns? And all we need is love, and let the love in. Let the love in. Self-compassion, compassion for ourselves, compassion for others, self-identification. Self-identification. The observer, bringing in the energy of the hawk, bringing in the energy of the eagle, looking at things from a larger perspective. You know, and also too, I'm feeling animals getting into that nature, but the natural instincts. Use your natural instincts. This is what they're talking about your intuition, right? Animals know. You know. I talked about desensitizing. No. Don't let the lower density desensitize you from what you feel is right in your heart. All right, so I'm going to end it there. I am also going to do a video for clearing and releasing karmic contracts. This will be a video on its own. If you found this video informative for you, please give it a like. Please share your comments. Let me know how you're feeling, what you're experiencing, and I will see you very soon. Bye for now.